I wanted to mention that a lot of these signs and wonders in the sky are real, and man caught footage of spirit blood being poured out of heaven. I don't know who blood it was spilled. Was it the Lord's blood for the misunderstanding and error in the Garden of Eden? Or was it my blood as Eva, Zechariah 5 and 7? Because he repeatedly told me to come home. But in my faith, you only get one time to beat me and use me for a frisbee and cast me down to the earth and put me in a basket with a lid on it. I don't care what your problem is, God, but we got enough women beating and insurance cashing in with men, leaving us in the forest as roadkill. We're supposed to come to you for the answer. And something is going on, you know. But anyway, I have yet to fast and pray. But it's hard. You know, I should not die and go to hell for being afraid to go and talk to him in prayer like I used to. He didn't tell you the frisbee story until the winter of 2020 that I've been here before. I was his wife. I was cast out of heaven for standing in his way. He used too much violence for me. You know, we're supposed to be glad to go to you for the answer, to move the problem off of us. And another thing I want to touch on, you know, when I taught the people saying that you can't charge your creation with the sin of two eyesights and only had one, the serpent in the Garden of Eden is justified. You know, he tried to tempt Eve to bite the forbidden fruit that God told him not to touch. He was not successful. She was supposed to touch that fruit. Even though she bit it, they only had one eyesight to see everything very good. So when God warned her she would die if she touched that forbidden fruit, to die is good. The serpent is very good. To touch is very good. Not to touch is very good. They saw everything very good. So I used to think the serpent and God was the same person, because you have a dumb serpent trying to tempt a blind people to do something evil, and evil did not enter, the knowledge of evil did not enter into them until after they bit into the forbidden fruit. Excuse me, which means that they didn't know what evil was. Evil was a good thing. So you have a dumb serpent trying to teach a blind people who was created with one eyesight to do an evil thing. And then you have a dumb third trinity warned them in that garden not to touch, trying to tell a blind people not to do evil thing. So both the level of wisdom between the serpent and the third trinity is the same. Now when the serpent fell and into the Garden of Eden, I don't know what happened to him. That he was he once an angel? That God turned into a serpent? You see, when God gets mad at you, you might have been one of the most beautiful angels or persons with facial features ever. He'll turn your face into a beagle or a monster or anything. Serpent. So by that, by God has dangerous blindness of mind. And you know, when he's snapping, he's both love unlimited without measure and both evil without measure. So when he snapped over to the evil side, he beat women, he do anything evil under the sun. And we're tired of it. You know, and Holy Spirit say fast, break home. You're not sitting down at a 24-hour day fast. Well, the disciple has to fast. Didn't have to fast. You told me I was your wife. You know, if he don't tell me much of anything, what I would like to learn is I could pick up on some spirits from the ancients of days, and I know who's who and what, but I won't say anything, because as sure as he beat up women and cast us down, he said because I stood in his way. And I was your wife before. How long were we married? And how many kids did we have? Because some of these people down here, you either wear Mother Earth face, the former wife of the Father, or you want to Ephah face, my face. Mother Earth meaning me, and I can see that. So before the serpent was a serpent, who was he, Lord? Was he another son of mine? Even the fallen angels came from Jehovah's sperm sac. That's how they get power in Genesis 6. When the floods of Noah drowned them, they only destroyed the body, but the spirit survived, and they still had power. Genesis 6 power that comes from the loins. Angels and spirit that come from the loins of Jehovah. I come from the loins of Jehovah. God is my Father. I was before the Lord. Okay? And that's me, pregnant. And Revelation chapter 4, the son of that woman. He could demote you in one life as the Lord's mother, bring you back up in another life and write you on the feet of him, bring you back up and say you're his wife. What do they have to do with anything? Man is not a fallen man. And the Bible, from the Genesis account to the Revelation account, it's not the story of a fallen man like we were taught by the male gods. It's the story of a fallen God who fell in love. He wants to get his wife pregnant and his daughter too, and we don't want him touching us. So Mother Earth, the fight in Revelation chapter 12 between the mother trying to protect the daughter, who also got pregnant by the father. This is the story of a father who fell in love with his daughter. I remember a story about Absalom and Tamar, how he raped his sister. Afterwards, he didn't like it, so he put out his life. That's what the Sun-clad woman was, put out of the life of God the Father and buried by the male gods. That's up 2 billion years in the ground. And only with spirit eyes you can look at my back and you can still see that attachment. It looked like evil attachment. When he put the light out, everything God created is alive. The earth opened up her mouth and swallowed the foot that the dragon cast out of his mouth. That's a pronoun. That earth is a woman. The first God gave himself a shape as a round planet fixture. It was all the wind, all the power of the wind, all the elements of everything else that exists. He called himself a shape and became a planet. And how male planet and female planet mate, they made by spirit. Those are spirits into those planets. All those empty planets out there. And so one day he rose up and gave himself another shape. And the image God created, he, him. Male and female created he, them. That's how they made. So Mother Earth is a woman. The earth that we live on today, and all these catastrophic disasters, is still him 2 billion plus years later, taking blows out of her body. Blood rivers, oceans, and everything. He take blows out of me too. The whole world is watching it today, but they don't understand it. Yeah. When you wrote Zechariah 5 and 7, you used me for a frisbee again. You cast my flesh body out into public view, the eyes of a nation. A woman often is known to wear skirts. When you toss a woman around, the whole world is going to look underneath her skirt. God thinks he has the right to tear you apart, tear the skin off you like he do Job, and if you talk right, better than him, or rebuke him for something that he do wrong. He will tear you apart. He will beat a woman forever. I'm so hurt. But he come down, he without a conscious fast, play you not fasting. Protect your spirit into the kingdom, come home. Thus slam out your mouth. I would have a home that's violent like that. So I want you to set my adult integrity free. Give me my own planet fixture in the south. I want to do that for me. Because you only get to use me for a frisbee one time. But he don't want to do that. God is controlling and abusive. He wants you in heaven. And if you don't like the way he runs heaven, you can go to hell. So, I don't know what happened to the serpent and who was evil and how they became so evil that they, excuse me, I perceive there's an evil in this world that hate me so bad. They want to roast me in open flames forever because they can't whoop God. So that's what this tape is about. You whoop God in logic. You prove him wrong. And if he continues to reign wrong, then his power is not holy but hypocrisy. And you stop him that way, But you can't get angry and want to tear me apart, burn me up forever, want to possess my soul, want to cause you to escape hell. Yes, the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, and the violent take it by force. You take it by the force of knowledge. You put his truth back in his face. I'm not your fallen man. I'm not your fallen woman that you tear apart and use for frisbees and burn us up all the day long. Blame us for sin that we do not do. I'm aware of you, God. And you take your hands off me. Because whatever droppings, rodent droppings, you might want to call me. He showed me up sometimes when he get angry with me as rat droppings. Well, you are the rat. You created me. I'm a product of your Godhead wisdom. You are the rat who dropped the mess. And you're going to keep your hands off me. Because I'm going to fight this battle. If you ain't got your own house together. If your own daughter don't want to come home to you. Because you ain't right, you ain't safe. How do you judge somebody else's house? How do you put somebody else in hell? I'm standing my ground. You know, I'm not inviting myself to the flames, but he will never respect me. Yeah, he will never stop using me for a frisbee. He will never stop tossing me around and into anybody's life, treating me like I'm some kind of product bag. Once you get the goods out of it, ball it up and put it in the incinerator. You know, that's the way he treats me. Like we some kind of product to juice up. You know, eat the goods, and you know how you drink your juice and you toss your bottle. You eat your chips and you toss the bag, you ball it up and toss it into the incinerator, to the garbage. That's the way God treats me. That's throughout the Bible.